You're looking to trade gold in the new week, make sure to watch this video to the end. All right, so we're going to start with the monthly time frame on the gold chart. Now, looking at the monthly time frame, it is very clear that the price is very bullish. So for the new month and the new week, what should we be looking out for? Now, in this new month, we should expect the price should continue in its bullish move, but it is most likely that price would retrace back down a little before continuing in that move. So looking at this current month, the 50% area for this month is around 2578. Let's say around 2575, 2580 level, right? And as you can see, that's a key area. We'll go to the lower time frame to see what it's looking like. So that's the 50% area. So once price comes back down to that area, we're going to be looking to really buy in on the market. Now, price could actually go lower, but that's the area I'll be looking at considering the monthly time frame. Now let's go to the weekly time frame to see what we can look for. Looking at the weekly, we can see that the 50% area for the month of September, right, is around 2578, which is where this current line is, this support is, right? So, and as you can see, this is actually a key zone. When we go to the lower time frame, we would see that that this area is actually a support area. But looking at the weekly also, for this new week that we're in, what I would anticipate the price would do is the price would most likely retrace back down, because as you can see on this weekly charts, the previous week, which is this week candle, actually retraced back down, right? And then there was a pullback before its push up. Now, the last week, this particular week that we just ended, didn't have a major pullback down like this other week. So I'll be anticipating for price to actually reverse down again in this new week that we're entering. We'll be looking for price to come back down to around 2621 area, 2620 level, which is actually a support. When we go to a lower time frame, we'll see it clearly. And once price gets to that area, as you can see, there's a trend line here. We have three trend line. We have this, we have the second one, we have this third one. So if price comes back down to this 2620 level, we're going to also be looking for buys from that zone, and we'll buy it up to this current high, right? Now, like we said on the monthly time frame, price can actually come back down to the 50% level of the month of September, which is 2578, right? So if price breaks this support 2620 level and comes down to 2578, we're also going to be looking to buy from that area. So these are the two key areas we're going to be looking out for: 2620 and 2578 level. Let's go to a lower time frame. Now, looking at the daily, we can clearly see price is still very bullish. There was a consolidation here, there was a resistance area here. Price broke through this resistance, pulled back down, and then created another resistance here and broke through it, right? And you can see that there was no major pullback like this other one. There's this minor pullback here in this last week movement. Price was trying to push back down, but price rejected back up, right? So what I'll be looking out for, like we said, we're going to be looking for price to pull back down to this level, this 2620 area, and we're going to be looking for buys from there. But if that area does not hold, we know that the next area to hold will be this 2578 level, right? And as you can see, it lines up with this resistance area, which should now then become a support area. So if price gets down here, we're going to be looking for buys from these two levels. Those are the main areas. And as you can see, it lines up with this trend line. We have the first trend line, the second trend line, and we have this third trend line. Now, I'm not looking at price coming down to this zone, right? That is too far. We'll be looking for price to come down to this, either the second trend line or this first trend line, this first trend line or this second trend line, right? So price would either come back down here, test from here, and then go back up, or price will come here and then push up from here up, right? So that's what we'll be looking for. Now on the 4-hour, we can now see things clearer, right? We can see that this first level that we're looking for buys, this first level we'll be looking for buys from, 2620 level, is actually, there seems to be a minor support area around there, right? So price, you can see, broke through this area and tested this area several times, and this area held. and then it pushed up from there. So it's most likely that if price comes down here on the 4-hour time frame, we're going to be looking for buys from this zone, and as you can see, it lines up with this trend line over here, right? Now, like I always say, we can try to capitalize on the move down, but you need to be very careful in this kind of market because this market has been very bullish. So if you're going in for resales, you need to be very careful so you don't take unnecessary losses. Now, looking at the 1 hour, we can see the same thing. Now we can see how that price last week is looking like it's trying to go down. All right, price is looking like it's trying to go down. So price could most likely push back down. As you can see, price broke through this level here, 2650 level. So price could push back up a little and then start coming down to this area, which is where we're going to be looking for buys. So because the market is very bullish, we should be mostly looking for buys to be on the safe side. So if price comes down to this zone, 2620, 2615 area, 2615, 2620 level, we're going to be looking for buys. Once we see a good entry, we'll take the buys up, right? But if we see that this place doesn't hold, if this place doesn't hold and price is looking like it wants to go down, we can continue downwards with the move to this area, and then we'll look for buys at this area most definitely, right? But I'm thinking this place might hold. If this place doesn't hold, then we'll be looking for buys from this zone. But like I always say, before you get in on any position, whether it's a buy or a sell, you need to make sure you wait for your clear signals before you get in on the position so that you don't take unnecessary losses. Now, we don't know what could happen, right? We don't know exactly what will happen, but we can use the information given to us on the chart to come up with different probabilities. So one of the things that we're looking at happening is something of this nature. Our price could come even lower to this zone and then give us a buy signal from this zone, and then we ride the move up. Whichever one happens, we're just going to be watching the market closely, and we're going to be looking for good buy entries. The market is very bullish, so we'll be mostly looking for buy entries. We won't be going in on sells carelessly. Even if we're going to go in on any sell, we have to be very, very certain of that move. We need to have a very clear signal for a sell move before we get in on that market. So that is it. So guys, make sure to take notes of these different levels. You can screenshot this if you like, and just keep a good eye on those areas, and have a good trading week.